got lost. Welcome to day 5 of the Japan Saga. Today was a wild ride from Osaka to Kyoto. Okay, no, it was a regular trip. I hopped on the Sakai-Suji line, I switched at the Omiya station to the Hankyu Kyoto line, and then I boarded the Kaohsiung Jinbei line for what should have been a straight shot to the Yamasaki Ryokan. Well, it didn't go as planned. Guess who got a little too confident with Google Maps and the idea of a bus map? Yep, that's right. Your boy here ended up oversleeping and waking up here. Where is here exactly? Well, I'm glad I'm asking because I did not know at the time until I started working on the script. I was at the Takao Kyoto Cemetery, just a 40-minute walk from my Ryokan, and of course, I had my luggage in tow and all. Flashback to day 0, little weebs. Remember how I stressed sending your luggage ahead? Here's the gritty reality. Dragging your bags for 40 minutes because same-day delivery isn't a thing unless you're bouncing from one local hotel to another. So this interesting experience made me appreciate my trip from Tokyo to Osaka with only my backpack a little more. So now I knew best and I was a changed man. As I meandered through my unexpected detour, I stumbled upon my very first shrine in Kyoto, the Hiraoka Hachimangu Shrine. Talk about timing, right? It was close, but that didn't stop me from soaking up the peaceful vibes and gathering some cool facts for you guys. Here's the scoop. The Hiraoka Hachimangu Shrine isn't just any shrine. It dates back to 809, making it the oldest Hachiman shrine in the Yamashita province. Legend says that this place serves as the stalwart guardian for the Jingoji Temple, nestled just beyond the cemetery where I miraculously ended up. If you ever find yourself snoozing past your stop on the Kaohsiung Jinbei line like I did, definitely swing by. It's a serene spot steeped in history. Alright, let's clear something up. When we're talking about Hachiman here, we're not talking about the Hachiman from Snafu, the character that at one point in life all weaves see themselves as. Nope. This is all about the Shinto god. Depending on who you ask, Hachiman is either the god of war or the god of warriors, and also the legendary protector of Japan, famous for summoning the divine winds or kamikaze, that famously shielded Japan from the Mongol invasions back in the 13th century. The Hachiman god. Going back to the shrine, from spring through fall, the shrine is an absolute explosion of colors, with camellias, Takao maples, and cherry blossoms painting the scene. I visited in winter to save some bucks, but at least now I have a good excuse to return to Japan in a different season, right? During spring and fall, not only can you enjoy the scenery, but you can actually step inside the shrine main hall and get up close with 44 stunning paintings of the flowers and medicinal herbs. These aren't just any paintings. They were masterfully created by Ayato Kanejiro Fujiwara no Makoto in 1827. Each one tells a story of the area's past as a hub for medicine production. I'd say trust me, I've seen them, but it was winter and it was closed, so if you go during the open dates, it's a visual feast you don't want to miss. After I was done looking at the closed shrine, I resumed my trip and finally made it to the Ryokan Yamasaki. And though the Ryokan was a bit far from downtown, I had to adjust my entire schedule for the other days in Kyoto so I could still take the last bus before 8 p.m. It was worth it. The place was cozy, easy on the wallet, and served up a delicious Japanese breakfast. Not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of futons. It gave me flashback to my floor sleeping days, and not the good ones. But overall, it was a truly memorable stay. But wait, after I dropped off my bags, I discovered the commute to a last-minute addition to my itinerary was way longer than expected, so I had to reshuffle my plans all over again. So what I intended for day 2 had to be moved into today. With no time to waste, I dashed off to the Kyoto Railway Museum. If you ever go to Kyoto, let me tell you, the Railway Museum is an absolute must-see, even if you're not the biggest train enthusiast. This place isn't just any museum, it's a behemoth of rail history, thanks to the West Japan Railway Company and the Transportation Culture Promotion Foundation. It opened its doors in 2016. This spot fused the Umekaji and Modern Transportation Museums, occupying a whopping 31,000 square meters. With 54 railway vehicles in total, we're talking steam, diesel, and electric locomotives, plus coaches and freight wagons, making it the largest railway museum in Japan. Divided in different areas, the fun begins at the promenade area, with Japan's largest steam locomotive, the C62-26, crafted back in 1948. Not enough for you? Next up is Japan's first post-war long-distance train, the 80 series, Kuha 86, from 1950. And hold on to your hats, because we're not stopping there. Feast your eyes on the world's first high-speed railcar, the Shinkansen Series 0 Type 21, which was put in service in 1964 and didn't retire until December 2008, zooming along at 130 miles per hour. Oh, and quick tip, keep your eyes peeled for those QR codes next to each railcar. They're your golden ticket to more info available in English, Chinese, and Korean, so you don't have to miss a beat. As we roll through the promenade exhibition, let's marvel at the Maronefu 59-1, attached to the mighty C62. This used to be a sleeping coach designed exclusively for the imperial household and other high-ranking dignitaries. Right next to it, we step back in time with the Sushi 28-301, a pre-war dining car that oozes historical charm. Hooked up to the Kuha 86-1, we got its sibling in the 80 series, the Moha 81, an EMU that first hit the tracks in 1950. And the journey doesn't stop there. Clinging to the legendary Shinkansen Series 0 Type 21, we find 4 additional rail marvels: the 61-1, a pinnacle of first-class travel; the 35-1, a dining car that served up meals at breakneck speeds; and the 22-1, which not only led the train but now hosts a fascinating display on the engineering marvels and materials that power the 0 series. And guess what? You can even step inside the driver's cabin. Wrapping up the stroll through the promenade, don't miss the DD54-33, a robust diesel locomotive with a German engineer heart and hydraulic might. And for a peek into commuter life from the past, hop into the Kuha 103-1, a train that debuted its service in 1964. Now for a quick announcement of my checking account. This video is brought to you by the Shinkansen N700 Series Vento, back with rice, veggies, Hamburg steak, and a fluffy omelette. Sadly, the other Shinkansen teams for the Class 923 and the Series 0's Vento were all snapped up, but the little fish recharged me for the rest of the exploration. So let's continue with the video. Step into the main building and brace yourself for a journey back in time with the 230-233, the oldest mass-produced steam locomotive in the English style ever manufactured in Japan. Built between 902 and 909, this iron giant was lovingly restored in 1962 and earned its spot as a nationally important cultural property in 2016. But that's just the beginning. Feast your eyes on the Kuha 489-1, the sleek Kuhane 581-35, and hold onto your hats for the Shinkansen Series 500 Type 521-1, the speed demon of 1996, once the fastest Shinkansen on the tracks. Now, the first floor here isn't just a walkthrough, it's a full-on immersion experience. With clear, engaging explanations, it introduces visitors to the epic saga of the railways from the inception to today's high-tech marvels. Interactive exhibits bring the thrill of rail travel to your fingertips, letting you touch, feel, and connect with the very essence of this iron beast. And let me tell you, if I tried to cover every single train in this exhibition, we'd be here for another 2 hours, easy. And editor me would probably hide my head. So I'll just highlight a few of my favorites, but I'll drop as many names as I can remember to keep you in the loop. Check out the 1800 and 1801, the first steam locomotive imported from England, designed to conquer those challenging gradient lines. Or marvel at the Shinkansen 100 series, the proud successor of the 0 series, birthed in the technological boom of 1989. Next up, we hit the Rail Vehicle Factory, where the impressive Kun A117-1 was proudly on display. Unfortunately, time wasn't on my side. It was getting late and closing time was breathing down my neck. So I couldn't dive as deep into this area as I wanted. But hey, that just means I got a reason to come back, right? But I didn't let that stop me. Up I went to the third floor to the breathtaking Sky Terrace, an open-air viewing deck that's like a slice of engineering paradise. Nestled on the south side of the building, this spot is decked out with vibrant flowers and lush greenery, offering a serene break from the tech and steel of the rail world below. From here, you can catch the rhythmic dance of numerous trains gliding along the JR Kyoto and Tokaido Shinkansen lines. Truly a rail enthusiast's dream view. And just when I thought it couldn't get any cooler, I stumbled upon a special exhibition that sent my weeb heart soaring. The Shinkalion Changed the World in the second floor, an anime that debuted last year. For fans and newbies alike, it's a fascinating glimpse into how anime intertwines with the technological marvels of the railway world. As the clock ticked towards closing time, I've made my final stop at the awe-inspiring roundhouse area. These 20 locomotives from the Meiji to the Showa periods stand majestically on display. This roundhouse isn't just any old part of the museum. It's a designated important cultural property of Japan, featuring a turntable that dramatically spins these historical behemoths, showing off their engineering and elegance. Among these titans, two caught my eye and quickly became my favorites. The C56-160, a robust workhorse from 1935, designed for both passengers and freight travel, and the illustrious JGR 7100 series 7105 Yoshitsune, a marvel of engineering birthed in 1880 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Japan imported a total of 8 of these babies, but only the first 6 were honored with names of historical figures. Starting from the first are Yoshitsune, Benkei, Hirafu, Mitsukuni, Nobuhiro, and Shizuka. Each name carries a legacy as powerful as the engines themselves. The Yoshitsune was restored to the point where it can run on coal and water, and it was to commemorate the centenary of the Umekaji operating sun in 2014. You can find some of the other 7100 series at other museums in Japan. Wrapping up this incredible journey, I exited through the former Nijo Station House. It was like stepping back in time. Built in 1904, this station is one of the oldest wooden station houses in Japan, echoing stories of yesteryears with its preserved architecture and exclusive exhibition. A hidden gem I sadly missed out, but about to return again. To cap off this extraordinary day, I ventured to the iconic Nidek Kyoto Tower, the tallest structure in Kyoto, soaring to a height of 430 feet, with its observation deck proudly perched at 300 feet. Constructed in 1964, this architectural marvel diverges from the traditional metal lattice framework seen in Tokyo's famous towers. Instead, Kyoto Tower is an assembly of steel rings, stacked and welded together with lightweight steel sheets, all designed to emulate the graceful form of a Japanese cannon. Designed by Mamoru Yamada, this tower isn't just a feast for the eyes. It's built to stand firm against earthquakes and high-speed winds. Despite some voices or disdain over its ultra-modern facade, in a city celebrated for its ancient traditions, Kyoto Tower stands as a testament to innovative Japanese engineering. Before you step out, or as you enter the observatory, don't miss the fascinating photographic exhibition. It chronicles the tower's construction and peppers in some riveting historical facts that add depth to your visit. And that's a wrap for today. Next week, we're diving into a real treat, visiting a location from one of my favorite animes. I'm the Bird One Mexican. Stay tuned, and remember, keep watching anime.